bottom up and drove up under. We got side by side in the front stretch, and I dove in there on the bottom and tried to kind of slide job him, but just didn't make it happen. You know, it's disappointing. I feel like, you know, I saw the light opening there at the end of the back stretch. I thought I was going to have it, and just did. The 38 got me. So congrats to them. 1-2 Front Row Motorsports finish. First time doing that, but yeah, a lot of drama at short track racing. Like I said, I'm out for me and my team. I want what's best for us, and you know, we got the best finish we could.
You didn't get any words in. Is there a chance, is there a thought that you might go reach out to Corey over the course of time to kind of have a little chance when things cool down to have a conversation?
Yeah, of course. I know everybody sees red in these circumstances, but you know, I like to kind of sit back and process it before I like, you know, talking to anybody. I never really go to anybody on pit road. I'd rather just, you know, think about it. If you want to talk to them 30 minutes, an hour later, just kind of let the cool down period happen. But you know, overall, we were a third place truck all day today, and that green white checkered restart. Said we got to second somehow, and you know, slipped off the bottom, gave it to him. It's kind of hard not to take an opportunity.
There we go, Layne Riggs, the second place finish here today.
Firstly, Channel 7 Radio, he wanted you to give him a shot going into one to try to get by Corey. Did you feel like making the top was the move to win the race, and you know, going into one at least before the contact? Did you feel like, you know, were you okay with that choice to go for the win and not push Chandler?
Yeah, well, he said push, but you know, I think that really you can only do that at mile-and-a-half races and speedway races. Here at the short tracks, I mean, we're just trying to get through the gears and not spin the tires ourselves, so it's really tough to push anybody. But yeah, I feel like that just would have put me in an even worse position. And you know, I was expecting us to go through 1 and 2. Chandler having the better tires, I thought he was going to get close to be side by side with the 11, and if it was, I was going to let them kind of race it out. But and the seas just parted, and I was given the bottom. It's kind of hard not to take that.
And how confident were you in the decision to stay out there when only 4 stayed out and everybody else pitted?
I go with the seat of my pants and what my crew chief thinks. He's the one that's looking at the numbers and data. But you know, it seemed like the good tires, the new tires were good for a couple laps, but then once they got hot, they just faded and got back just like the old tires were. So I think we made the right pit call. We were there at the end, going for a win, and you know, I'm proud of that.
You said earlier you're racing for you and your team. So with that being said, do you regret anything about the move on the last lap, or do you feel like it was the correct move?
I can only see this much when you're in a race car. You know, I felt like it was the right move from the seat. Of course, I might go look back and look at it, regret it, talk. I don't know, but it's hard to speculate anything standing here on pit road.
2 weeks in a row, you've made contact while battling for the lead. Is there any fear that maybe you're starting to gain a reputation amongst your competitors?
If I'm a reputation of going for wins, I'm not going to regret that at all. You know, I feel like I came from short track racing, last lap battles, and I feel like that's what this kind of racing is made for. And you know, I feel like it's not like Martinsville. It's not like we've seen at Martinsville in the past and gotten upset. I feel like it was, you know, it was a strong move, and I thought I was going to pay off. But you know, sadly, we didn't get the win.
Corey said over the radio that it's been the same thing with this guy since the late models. What is he referring to, and do you think that's a fair assessment?
Come back one more time about that.
He said over the radio that it's been the same thing with this guy since late models, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, we raced for a long time in late models. He raced for Lee Pulliam, and we always had hard battles, had a little rivalry in the late models, and you know, now we're racing the trucks hard again. So yeah, it's to each their own how they feel about it, but I can't go back and change a move now.
On the subject of late model racing, you opted not to race the Cars Tour race last night. Not having a race last night, what did that allow you to do in extra preparation for today?
Well, I sat in the grandstands and watched. You know, I wanted to run the race, but we just didn't really have the car prepped in time to be able to do it, and it would be a full-blown effort to go win. So we just kind of sat back. I saved myself for today to be the best I can, and yeah, it was fun watching the grandstands.
Finally, can you tell us what Corey said, you know, without, you know, the non-family friendly words?
You guys got microphones. I'm not going to repeat any of those.
There's less than a minute. I've raced him so clean throughout the years and just continuously get used up on. I mean, we tried to do it to the 7th last week, and it comes back and does the same thing. It's unreal, man. I got no words for it.
This is Custom Patch Hats. But what makes us custom? Well, that actually begins with you. We're just bringing your unique vision to life. No knockoffs, no lookalikes. Your design is one of a kind. We know hats, we know design, and we know quality. The proof? It's in our production. Hand-stitched with precision and care, with brands you know and trust. A one-of-a-kind patch deserves a one-of-a-kind treatment, all the way to your doorstep. It's how we keep it custom.
Trenton Warsham with Frontstretch.com. Come back for more great racing videos. And if you like us, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.